We often hear the phrase, you should learn by others' faults, but the guest of our today's program, Danilo Pilla, believes that the same solution to a problem cannot be suitable for everyone. Thus, he prefers to act on his own authority, explore life by his own experience, and every time discover something new.
Not so long ago, Danilo Pilla has changed his professional activity and gone back to teaching. Currently, he teaches Almaty City residents English and Italian languages. The hero of our program comes from Italy, and he was born in the city of Terni. However, he spent his formative years in Piacenza, the city founded by Romans in 218 BC.
Italy is a country with a rich history of its formation as a state, and that could not but impact on the culture, traditions and personality traits of its inhabitants. So how exactly does the uniqueness of the culture of your people manifest itself, and what is the story of your descent?
In general, Italian behavior, live life, some kind of philosophy, enjoy or try to make situation happy. This is all Italy. But if you focus in the north, in the central, in the south, we are pretty different. Because in central and in south, in a special way, family is number one. They are very friendly, very open, make the guests very comfortable. In North Italy, they are open, but still keep some I feel like we keep some distance. And the guest is important, of course. Friend is important, of course. And family is important, of course. But if you compare North and South, we have some difference in the meaning of family. If you go to, for example, for holiday in South Italy, you will see really they enjoy life, a big party, big table, rich table. In North Italy, we think a lot for work. Job is number one. To enjoy just only on weekends or on special occasions. In South Italy, Sunday is not simple Sunday. Sunday is really important day. There is a joke in the internet from Italian group. In North Sunday you go to see your relative and come back home. In the afternoon you go to outside, finish the day. In South Italy you see grandma, eat until the evening again, go grandma and eat again. Because it really is, food is very important, really rich. And about me, I can say that I am 50-50, I can say, because I grew up in a family, mixed family. My mom from Central Italy with a different kind of tradition, and my father from North Italy, from countryside of North Italy, for different kind of tradition. I learned how was the behavior between the two families, North and South Italy. And I enjoyed this. I'm very happy for this because maybe destiny for my behavior as well, because my mind was already open in this way.
What kind of childhood and youth hobbies build up your character?
For my hobbies, I used to do sport from activity. When I was young, actually, I started with judo because judo is an individual sport, and I need to be more, I can say, socialized with people. So they suggested my mother some sport, and I decided to play basketball. And after that, I started to play American football, and that was the sport that gave me more satisfaction and a lot of memory because we was a champion in Italy. When I played American football, I was active, but not really active. This is my behavior. My behavior to be quiet person, to be slow, to understand situation, not to rush, not to make everything quickly. Nowadays, I'm still now like this, I have to think first. But anyway, American football teach me to fight in some way, focus in the final destination, and to have what is team spirit is very important. When you have to work in such a way, it's very important to understand the team spirit, and at the same time to be individual, to understand by yourself, to work alone. It's very good to have this kind of behavior both. But the nature, or to do something about the nature, to study the plants, it was my first most interesting thing that I really keep till now. When I was a teenager, I really loved gardening. I used to work in summertime to collect some money for my personal expenses, books, CD, or plants. And this kind of hobby I keep for quite a long time because, you know, when you see a plant growing, it's a really good satisfaction. Because plants is some kind of creature, you know. Gardening is one of kind of hobbies that people suggest if you want to relax, if you want to be in peace with yourself, because you are very close with the nature. Enough you can see something growing thanks to you, thanks to the nature, thanks to your love for this plant. It's very nice hobby.
As far back as middle school, our hero's strong interest was provoked by geographical maps, and his great enthusiasm in intention to explore the world resulted in Danilo choosing geography as a subject of study, and also he specialized in anthropology. Later on, the hero of our program decided to obtain knowledge of tourism management, since he was more interested in communication with new people and acquaintance with their culture. And his desire to gain work experience abroad contributed to the fact that once Danilo went to Thailand, where throughout many years he was building his career in medical tourism.
Please tell us how you first got acquainted with Kazakhstan and about circumstances that brought you here for a long period.
The first time I came here was October 2011. I came here because I want to find out something different from the normal touristic destination. And when I came here, I found something close to my country, the weather, the people around me, their street architecture. So it was very close to my memories when I lived in Italy. Many things happened after that because I met my wife. She worked in tourism company. She organized a trip for me, everything, and after I decided to continue to be in touch with her, and destiny decided for me, and I was happy for that. And in the end, I decided to visit many other times. Before to marry her, I visited 7 times. When I married her, I decided to, anyway, I was still working in Thailand. So I said, okay, I have to come back to Thailand to work, so you follow me. And so she has experience as well to live abroad. And I'm very happy that she has this experience because she always lived in Kazakhstan. I decided to move in the end here because for me it was already 12 years. And I think it was enough for me to live there. And we decided that it's time to have new challenge, especially for me. I see many opportunities. I think it is a nice place for make a family.
Danilo is a very friendly person and inspires trust. He is good, but often he jokes with me. Anyway, I love him very much. By the way, he loses a bet to me quite often and cooks for me delicious dishes, especially tiramisu. He is sensitive towards his wife, literally carries her in his arms. They are really in true love.
Was it hard for you to adopt the way of life of the Kazakh people and follow traditions maintained by the family of your wife?
My mind is open, so I immediately try to understand behavior of these people, and I see they are very friendly. Then when I used to go around with my wife, my girlfriend, and her family to see relatives, at the time, and I can confirm still now that I'm part of the family, I feel, they let me feel like a guest, but very important, like a special guest, like a king. Really, I feel, because the best food, the best position on the table, dish is always super full. I feel very comfortable, so I think I was, and I'm lucky to meet this family, because they make me feel family, not just only family of my wife, but all relative around, for me and for my family as well. When they came here the first time to meet her family, we said this because we had the feeling that we know them already long time. When you meet a person, you feel like, oh, I think I met you already someplace, or you have this kind of feeling, and it's very nice, very nice.
When I first saw Danilo, he gave the impression of an old-fashioned and bashful man. Actually, that's the way he is. In fact, I even like it. I clearly remember the moment when my heart melted and I saw him in a different light. He came and visited us. My mom had invited him to our house, but I didn't know anything. So I got home from work and saw them all sitting around a big table and laughing, although he spoke neither Kazakh nor Russian, and they in return did not know English. Even so, they somehow managed to find common ground, and that's his wonderful personality trait. I can say that I accept him as a whole person, with all his merits and flaws. I find it difficult to imagine him different. He is a perfectionist and can be stubborn. It's important for him to make everything go as he planned. What I admire about him are tenderness, humanness, sense of humor, wit, and mainly intellectual maturity. And what I love about him most of all is his big, kind heart.
Currently living in Almaty, you help all those who wish to obtain the knowledge of the English and Italian languages. Do you enjoy teaching, and what difficulties do you face as a teacher?
Teaching is an amazing job, I think, because you share your knowledge, and when you see people, they can speak your language or they can understand the meaning of something, and because they do that because thanks to you, it's a very nice feeling. It's like I said you before, it's like some kind of gardening. You have a seed, and this is student, zero. Seed is zero, and you have to grow this person like a plant, follow, and after the seed become a flower, and the student become someone who can speak, understand a new language, and open his or her mind. Very interesting job. Sometimes it's not easy because when you try to teach them something, you feel that, oh well, wait a minute, the face is not like question mark, what's going on here? So yes, and sometimes it's also about tradition or way to think. Maybe it's not the same, and when you make some joke, maybe you can offend someone and maybe more sensitive. In the beginning, I feel very far from the student, but after every lesson, step by step, I try to understand them, because I need to also understand how react during the lesson.
I suppose you often hear the question, why haven't you come back to Italy but still live in Kazakhstan? So what is the main reason of this decision?
Many people ask me the same question. For me, I think I prefer to start from zero, to learn new culture, new way to live, that move to Italy, even I have my family there. Because I used to visit Italy not so often. And, when I was in Canada, I used to go to Italy every 3-4 years. So in 3-4 years, the country grew quite a lot. When I come back after 3-4 years, it was already different, and I feel lost. So I have to always depend from someone. Here I prefer to learn by myself, so I have to learn about new rules, about law, about language as well. It makes me feel active, make me feel alive, I can say.
Are there any dreams related to Kazakhstan that you'd like to fulfill in the future?
I don't used to plan for future. It's already a long time to do that. In the future, I have some idea, of course. In a special way, now I'm married, I'm responsible for my wife, but I plan for a few months, because in life I learned that everything changed, and you cannot manage what's going on. You don't know how to manage, because if you plan something after something change, you feel sad because you feel you fail. Okay, it's a very bad feeling to fail. In such a way, now I'm married, I don't want to suffer the other people as well. So I want to manage easy, short time, step by step. For me, my perfect picture should be that I would like to buy a land, and land seems to be a little bit expensive in Kazakhstan even, and build my house, my personal house with my wife. And in the future, I would like to work in medical tourism in Kazakhstan as well, because I have 12 years experience, and I don't want to lose this kind of knowledge. And I think I don't want to be, because I'm a very simple person, but I would like to say that I think to be very useful to improve or to manage the medical tourism in Kazakhstan.